Hello everyone and welcome to SimpliCode's YouTube channel. I hope you guys are doing well. Today, we'll be taking you through tables in CSS. This tutorial will cover certain topics from the creation of a table using HTML to styling the same using CSS. But before we begin, I would like to take a quick confirmation from the viewers if we are clearly audible and the screen is clearly visible. If yes, kindly type yes in the chat section, and if there are any changes required from our end, please do let us know in the chat section that as well. Alright, I see a lot of positive responses in the chat section, so let's wait for some more minutes so that some more people can join us. Until then, let me tell you guys that we have regular updates on multiple programming videos. So if you are a programmer and if you want to learn something new, then consider getting subscribed to our YouTube channel and press that bell icon to never miss any updates from SimpliCode. So I think we can get started now. There are enough people. So a table is a group of data items that enables us to organize data into rows and columns for storage or representation. Similar to how we make tables in everyday life to display data, right? We use tables to display our data. It's quite easy to read a table, right? So there are rows and columns in a table. Any type of data, including text, links, images, other tables, etc., can be organized into various rows and column of cells. Now, to construct a table in HTML, we use the table tag. You guys will better understand what we are talking about if we do it here side by side. So let's create a table here. So guys, we are not going deep into the HTML part because we already have a dedicated video on this topic, which is tables in HTML. If you guys want to learn about tables in HTML, then you can surely go through that video. I'll leave the link in the description box below. So without wasting any more time, let's create a table here. So here you can see we are in a HTML document. Now what we need to do is we need to create a table. Fine, a simple table. So the first thing we are going to do is we are going to add a table. So here you can see we have this heading H1 which says CSS tables. Let it be there. Now what we are going to do is we are going to use the table tag. So here is a table tag. To add a row, what we need to do is we need to add a row of the table first, then we need to add the columns. So we have to write here TR. TR stands for table row. Now inside TR we have to write TH, which is the table header. We are going to give 3 headings and then we are going to give the table data. So what we have to do is we have to write here name. So this is going to be our first heading. Then we have to use another table header tag and then we have to write here contact. Okay, so we have to write here contact like this, and then we'll create another. So we'll write here the H, then let's say we are going to write here country. Save it, and here you can see we have 3 different options: name, contact and country. So the table borders is not visible as of now. We'll see how we can make them visible using CSS. So that's what we are going to do in this particular video. Now what we'll do is we'll add another columns, fine, or we can say other rows as well. So we have to use the table row tag again. Then we have to write here TD. TD is different from TH. TH stands for table header, which makes the font bolder, and TD stands for table data. So let's say the name of our first employee is Ranjan. Fine. Then we have contact. So we'll add for contact as well. Let's say this is the number for Ranjan. And then we'll write here the country. Country is going to be, let's say, India. Save it. And here you can see we have name as Ranjan, contact as 9876, whatever the number is, and country is India. So what we'll do is we'll copy this for some more time. And we are going to change the values only. So we'll write over here state of Ranjan. We are going to write over here Raj. Number, we are going to make some changes over here. Let's say this is going to be the number of Raj. Country, we are going to write here Nepal. Then we have this. So here we'll write Amit. We'll change the numbers again. We'll write over here instead of Nepal, Bhutan, which is a neighboring country. And here we are going to write over here as, let's see, Kaushal. Fine. So we'll write the Kaushal with a capital K, and then we'll change the number here as well. Okay, we have to write number over here, and then we have to write over here the country name. Country name is going to be, let's say, Canada. Fine. Then we'll write over here any name we can write. So let's write Anuj. So I'm not getting any names as of now. So we'll write the number over here as this. Country is going to be USA. Then the last one we have is Mayank. Number we are going to write over here this. And country we are going to write over here China. Fine. Save it. And here you can see we have all the table data. Now this table looks fine as of now, right? So what we are going to do is we are going to style this table now with the help of CSS. Basically what we can do is we can use the table tag as well, but we are not going to do that. What we are going to do is we are going to take the ID attribute here. So ID is, let's say, we can give any. So we'll write over here employee, save it. It won't make any change. So what we are going to do is we are going to write here link. Okay, so let's use the CSS here only. We are not going to create another file for that. So we'll write over here. Okay, sorry for that. So we'll write style our table over here. So for that, what we had is a ID attribute. So we have the ID as employee. We'll write over here employee. This is the ID. And let's say what we are going to do here is we are going to use the font family first. So let's say we are going to change the font family. Font family is going to be Lucid Sans. Save it, and here you can see it's nice. The font is nice. We have used any random font from VS Code. Whatever options we had in VS Code, we use any one from them. So after that, what we are going to do is we are going to write here border. Okay, collapse. Border collapse is going to be collapse. Let's save it. And here you can see we don't have any border as of now. Then we are going to write over here the width. Fine. So we'll write over here width. Width is going to be 100% of our computer screen. And now you can see it looks a little more clear, right? So here you can see they are well aligned now. Name, contact, and country. All of them are well aligned. Okay, we will close it. Now what we are going to do is we are going to change the background for table header. So we have three different headings in a header, right? We have name, contact, and country. So first of all, we are going to change the border and everything for them. Let's do one thing. Let's add the border for the whole table first. Fine. So we'll write over here has customer. This is a ID, and then we have the TD. TD is the element. So here you can see TD will consist of all the table data elements. Like here we have 3 TD elements, then we have 3 here, 3 here, 3 here. So we have a lot of TD elements, right? So it will cover all the TD elements. Now what we will do is we'll write over here customer. From the customer table, like customer here refers to the ID. So we are going to access this particular table, and inside this particular table, we are going to access any particular element again. So now here what we are going to do is we are going to write here table header. So we'll write over here, we'll style them now. So we'll write border. Border is going to be 1 pixel solid, and let's say any color. I'm not sure about which color you guys like much. So we'll write black over here. Save it now. Okay, we have to write here not customer, we have to write here employee. So I forgot to mention it. Now we'll write over here employee. Save it, and here you can see now the table is completely visible. So here you can see we have the table. We have all the names in a tabular format. It looks nice, right? So this is how we can style. These are the basic styles of a table. Now we are going to do some different things as well. So what we'll do is we'll change the background color of each alternate row. So here if you can see, the first row will have different background color, and the third and fifth row will have the similar background color. Second, fourth and sixth will have similar. So what we'll do here is we'll write over here hash employee. This is again the ID. So we'll write tr and nth child. It defines which child you are going to use. So we are going to use the even number of childs from the tr tag. Tr means table row tag. Fine. So we'll write over here. Okay, we have to remove this from here. This is a mistake. And we'll change the background color. So background color is going to be, let's say, beige. For each alternate table row. Fine. Save it. And here you can see it's not working. Okay. So let me check if there is any problem. Even and just make one more thing here. Let's write over here hash employee, and we are going to use the table row again. We are going to write over here hover, and with hover what we are going to do is we are going to write over here, we are going to change the background color on hover as well. Fine. So we'll write over here background color. Background color is going to be, let's say, on hover. Save it and let's see if it works. It's working totally fine. But here instead of getting the alternate rows, we are getting alternate columns. So let me check if everything is fine over here or not. Okay, tr, everything looks fine as of now. So let me just go through the code again and we'll see if there's any mistake or not. Okay, we have written employee over here. Everything looks fine. Let's just do one thing. Okay, now it looks much better. So this was the syntax error. This was a syntax error. So here if you see, I have given a space over here. Save it now, and here you can see it's not working totally fine. Right, the moment I remove this space and I'll just give one colon over here. Save it now, and it looks nice, right? So every alternate row we have in our table is of different color. So these three rows are of similar color and these three rows are of similar color. We can obviously change the color from here. I don't know the color names actually. So if you can see here, and on hovering our mouse cursor over any particular row, the color is changing to aqua. Aqua. So this is how we can style our tables, right? So there are certain more things we can do with HTML. Now what we are going to do is we are going to change the background color for our headers. Fine. So we'll write over here after this. Again, we are going to access this. We are going to write over here employee th. This is the tag name. So we are going to change the background color for all of our headings. Fine. So we'll write over here padding. So padding top, padding you already know from the previous video. We have already discussed padding. Don't worry guys, we'll discuss the box model once again because you guys will understand it better if we are going through box model at once. So box model is a different concept in CSS. It's not different, basically we'll see how the browser interprets the box model and everything related to that. So we'll be going through it in the upcoming videos. Let's save it for now, and here you can see the padding, right? 12 pixels. And then what we'll do is we'll write over here padding bottom as well. Padding bottom we are going to give the same again, 12 pixels. Now it looks more like a heading. Now we'll write text align. So this text align property will align the text of a heading, or we can say table heading elements. So we'll write, let's say, left over here, save it, and here you can see the text is aligned at the left hand side. We can align it at the center as well. We can align it as justify as well. So it totally depends upon us. So we'll change the background color as well. Background color we are going to write over here. Let's use one from this list. Brown will be little darker, I guess. Yeah, so here you can see background color doesn't look that appealing. So we are going to use this color over here, sort of green. Save it, and yeah, it looks nice, right? Not the best, but it looks fine. So we are going to change these as well. Let's make it a little grayish. Fine, different than white. Okay, so I guess it looks much better now. Let me just make it another shade of white. So yeah, now it looks fine, right? So this is how we can style the basics of our table. We haven't done too much. What we did is we changed the style a little. We added borders, we added background colors, we added this hover effect, and we added similar color to every alternate row. That's it. We have done till now. So we are going to change the font color as well for our headings. So we'll write over here Alice blue. I guess it's more of white. So yeah, here's the font color for our headings. So this is how we can use borders and all in our tables, right? In our CSS tables. So what we are going to do is next is we are going to define the height and width of our table. We can also define the height and width. For that, what we need to do is we need to write over here. So let's just, the table has similar ID. What we are going to do is we are going to give manual height and width. So we'll write over here width of this table as 100 pixels. Let's see if it works. So here you can see the table is of 100 pixels. The width is 100 pixels. Similar thing goes with height as well. Height we are going to write here as, let's say, 70 pixels for once. Save it, and yeah, this is the minimum height. Height I don't think will work. So yeah, here you can see the height now is 1000 pixels, or we can make it 100 pixels again. So yeah, this is how the height and width attributes, or we can say CSS properties, actually work with tables, HTML tables. Fine. Now, we have used the 100%. This is the difference between 100%. Width as 100% means it will take 100% of the current screen size. So if you'll see here, if I increase the size of this browser window, you can see the change in the size of our table. It's always taking 100% of the whole window, right? Whole browser window. So yeah, this is how the height and width attributes, or we can say style properties, works. Now the next thing we are going to discuss is the alignment of table. So we have already discussed this thing over here. Let me show you. Text align, we have aligned the text to the left. So similarly for table data, what we are going to do is we are going to write over here text align, and we are going to align it, let's say, center. Save it. And here you can see now the data is aligned at the center. Oops. Let me just do this. Now you can see the data is aligned at the center of each table cell, right? So this is how it works. Now apart from text alignment, we can do vertical alignment as well. So if we'll write over here for any TD tag, let's write it over here and we'll see what it does. So we'll write over here vertical align as bottom. Save it now. And it's not making any difference. Okay. So we have to define the height as well. For that, we'll define. Let's see if it works or not. I'm not sure if it's going to work here or not. So we'll write over here 50 pixels, save it, and yeah, just remove this vertical align just for once, save it, and you can see the text is present at the center of any table cell, right? Now right here, vertical align at the bottom, save it, and you can see the text is aligned at the bottom of each table cell. So this is how the vertical align property actually works. Now coming up next, we have the table style property. For table style, we can change these borders and everything. So let me just remove these two properties so that the table is visible to you guys again. So here's our table. Now what we can do is we can use the hover effect, which we have already used over here. So here's the hover effect. Now the hover selector on table row, it highlights table rows on mouse over. So yeah, if we are taking our mouse cursor over any table row, so it's highlighting it in blue color. So this is how the hover effect actually works in CSS. It's of so much of use, right? So the table hover effect, so the CSS hover effect, basically it is of great use. You guys will see it in the upcoming videos as well, how this effect actually help us in making a web page more interactive, or we can say more attractive to the user. And we can use striped table as well, wherein we can just remove this what we can say borders, and just we all will have is the color and everything. So what we have to do is we have to remove this from here, save it, and here you can see we don't have any border now, right? So this is working totally fine. The border is gone and we have only a table. So let's just bring our border back, and we are going to write over here, we are going to change the style of a border. So we are going to write over here 2 pixels double. Fine. So we'll write over here double, save it, and here you can see the border is double now. We can also increase the size of this as 5 pixels, and yeah, we can change the background color of any particular, what we can say, cell as well. So let's try if it works or not. Let's say we are going to write over here inside Kaushal, we are going to give the ID as KAUSHAL. Now what we are going to do is we are going to write over here hash Kaushal, and this is the ID. We are going to change the background color. Background color we are going to set is as red. Save it. And here you can see Kaushal alone is in red background, right? So we can change the background color of any particular cell with the help of this, what we can say, the CSS tables properties. What we have to do is we have to use the attribute ID attribute, and we have to use the ID in a CSS file. That's it. Fine. So apart from this, what we can do is we can change the color of our table, which we have already discussed. And the last thing we are left is we can make a responsive table. A responsive table will display a horizontal scroll bar if the screen is too small to display the full content. Fine. So what we have to do is we have to add a container like the div with overflow property around the table element to make it responsive. So for that, I guess we need to make a new table, or we need to add more columns to this table. So let's do it. What we have to do is we have to add more columns. Fine. Save it. And here you can see the table, the size of this table is quite big now. So we have all these columns as well. What we need to do next is we need to add the country as well. Country. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 8. So we have to paste this for 8 times. 3, 4, 5. Save it, and let's see if it's visible or not. So here you can see we have India over here for every column. So we'll do the same here as well. And we'll remove these, all of these. Fine for now. So let's see if it works or not. For Bhutan, we are going to do this again. So we are going to write over here, save it, and yeah, it's working totally fine, right? So here you can see we have a whole table. The size of this table is quite large, right? So what we can do is we can add a scroll bar over here. Fine. So for that, what we need to do is, first of all, we need to keep this table inside some container. So what we are going to do is we are going to write over here div, and we are going to write over here style. So let's use it in over here. So we'll write over here overflow x, and we have to write here, okay, the value as auto. I guess it will work. Save it. It's not working as of now because the div element, we have to close it here after the table element. Save it now. And here you can see we have this scroll bar present with our table. We can go through the whole table. So here you can see the scroll bar is working totally fine now. Fine. So guys, these are all the topics, these are all the style changes we can make in a table using CSS. So first thing we did here is we created a table using HTML. That was an easy part. You guys can go through HTML tables video we already have in our channel. So please go through it once and you guys will understand it much better. So here we created a table and then we styled the table using CSS. So yeah, these are all the properties we can use to style our tables. Now, so guys, this is how we can use CSS to style the tables present on our web page. I hope you guys enjoyed the session. Also guys, if you have any query, do leave it in the comment section because we are not able to go through the chat section as of now. So if you have any particular query, then do leave it in the comment section so that we can address your query as soon as possible. And if you feel that we have missed out on some important topics that we were supposed to cover in this particular tutorial, then please feel free to drop them down in the comment section as well, because we'll cover them in the upcoming videos. So you guys will get video on each alternate day. So we'll definitely try to answer your question. Also guys, we'll consider every suggestion provided by you. So with that, this is Kaushal signing off until next time. Thank you.